Hi guys, welcome back to round 13 of the 1992 British Touring Car Championship here at sunny Brands Hatch. The weather is still pretty good. Let's have a look at the session info before we get this round underway. Track temperature 27, ambient 25, and the track and forecast conditions are dry, so that's not too bad. After our disappointing performance yesterday, finishing 10th with a broken left front suspension, we're hoping to actually make up a few more positions this time and actually regain our points lead or our tied points tally so far. But we shall see how it all pans out. Hopefully I will not go into the wall and smash everything up like I did yesterday, unfortunately. So again, qualifying is well and truly underway. You can hear them all setting their laps in the background. And with that, we'll join RynoGT4 once again for the grid walk for round 13 of the 1992 SORAC British Touring Car Championship from sunny Brands Hatch.
And here's your starting lineup for our second race of the weekend, round number 13. Tim Harvey takes the pole in his BMW this time as he continues his pursuit for the 1992 championship. Alongside him in second place will be John Cleland in the Vauxhall. Row number 2 is made up of Andy Rouse's Toyota Carina and the BMW of Steve Soper. In 5th position we have Jeff Allum, and alongside him will be Will Hoy. Starting 7th is David Leslie in the Vauxhall, and alongside him in 8th is going to be Carl Jones. Starting 9th position in the first of the two Nissan Primeras is going to be Keith O'Dore, and alongside him the BMW of Ian Flux. Row number 6 is going to be made up of Tim Sugden and Alain Menu, both in BMWs. 13th position belongs to Andy Middlehurst, and alongside him in row 7 will be Ray Belm. 15th position on the grid will be Lawrence Bristow, and alongside him will be Bobby Verdenroe in the Vauxhall. And finally, last on the grid in 17th is the Peugeot of Dan Bartlett. So there's your starting grid. Now let's head to the track for the start of round number 13 and race 2 of our doubleheader.
Awesome, thanks Rhino for providing the grid walk again for this doubleheader at Brands Hatch. Once again, starting at the back, the top 15 were just a second apart. Lawrence Bristow actually getting in good time this time. Bobby Verdenroe starting in 16th position in the Acuri Ecos Vauxhall. So hopefully we can actually make up some ground on Tim Harvey, the points leader at this stage. Stick it in the first gear as always, clutch in. The revs rise and round 13 is underway. Bit of a slow start, we're just going to tuck in behind Verdenroe as we head down towards Paddock Hill Bend. Everyone's braking a bit early on this section. We got past the Vauxhall of Verdenroe, and now we got Ray Belm on the inside or outside. Oh, and Ian Flux getting in the way. I don't think that's done any damage though. And we got the teammates of Sugden and Alain Menu ahead of us as well, in front of Flux. So we'll just duck in on the inside of Fluxy. And then we all filter our way through Clark Curve. Hopefully everyone is going to get through nice and cleanly again, no rolling. We had a nice clean race yesterday, except for my little off, which damaged my front left suspension. But not to worry, everyone is through lap 1 clean. And we are currently 5.8 seconds behind the race leader. I'm just going to take it very steady this time through the turns, so I don't want to destroy my tyres at an early stage. Yesterday I was getting a hell of a lot of understeer. Of course the suspension problem didn't help matters much. As you can see though, the understeer is pretty large on this circuit. Now we got Menu to pass next. We just have to wait lap or 2 for the tyres to warm up as well. Getting a lot of wheel spin coming out of the final corner. Of course, you got the crest, bit of a dip. The car does lose a bit of gravity going through there. And I'll try and get past Alain Menu under braking if I can. Job done. Now we have Carl Jones left on our hit list. Cut that a bit fine. I will say that the Nissans are actually doing pretty well in this latter half of the season. They are up in the top end. Whether it's the start of the season, they were pretty far back. So their development over the year has done well for next season. Tim Harvey leads John Cleland and Andy Rice by only 6/10 of a second, covering the top three. That's very steady, feathering the throttle. Again, don't want to wheel spin too much and damage our tyres. So far, so good though. Alright, can we get past Carl Jones? Not quite. In a bit of dirty air. As we begin lap 4, and I will try to squeeze past him this time. Currently in 10th, we're 7.3 seconds behind the leader, which is Tim Harvey, still leading the pack. They're already heading around Druids. And Keith O'Dore is next on our to-do list. Oh, bit late braking. Just a slight love tap in the back of the Primera, but nothing damaged. Short shifting to avoid any wheel spin. Again, that understeer is playing a part. Ooh, I don't know what happened there. I hope that doesn't come out in recording, but yeah, massive lag spike. Not the greatest place to have it either, going into paddock. Oh, can I get up on your inside? No, sorry, I didn't mean to do that. Are you straight yet? You're back to normal. Yeah, just accidentally tapped him going into the turn. My fault on that one. Bit too over-enthusiastic going into Druids. But he was slowing us down anyway. And we're up into 8th, so we're in the points. We're 7.1 seconds still behind Tim Harvey. But I think we should be able to claw our way back up and at least get a nice handful of points for this round. We may not take back the championship lead at this stage, but it's all to play for the final 2 rounds. And we got the fastest lap, 50.9. That's not as fast as the pole position lap time though, which was a 50.7 or 6. As Tim Harvey got in qualifying, he got the pole position by 1/10 of a second. And again, this race has been very clean. Everyone is behaving. There's no accidents, incidents, apart from me tagging Udor going into Druids. But, oh, car's going a bit wide. Pushing a little bit. But so far, so good. Still in the top 8. And we've gained 2 seconds up on the lead. Now it looks like Will Hoy is trying to take advantage of David Leslie. Didn't quite make it work though. No, I've done it again. Late braked myself. Hopefully that's not caused any suspension damage. God damn it. Okay, not to worry. The car isn't moving left or right while in a straight line, so it hasn't hampered us to an extent. We've just lost a little bit of time on the pack ahead of us, but that's fine. The car does get very light as you go into Clark, and you brake and there's just no traction there at all, so you end up late braking yourself and spearing off into the tyre barrier. I'll have to take that corner a little bit more tentatively from now on. Brake about here. Stick it in the second. There we have, I believe that's Carl Jones behind us. Locking the brakes a little bit there, a little puff of smoke. That's better. That is what I wanted to do last time, but did just go a little bit wide. Cleland has taken a lead from Harvey. I can see on the top ticker at the top. At the top ticker. The ticker at the top. Top. And brake. Get around. Off the gravel. Ah, this understeer is quite hideous at this stage. Ooh, come on. We're still only 6 seconds behind the current race leader. Everyone seems to be line astern up ahead. Ram it into Druids. See, what I'm trying to do is get a wide entry and then a tight exit going through Clark Curve. But I do have a tendency of making a mistake by going a bit too wide, getting my wheels on the grass, and then paying the price by having no control as my car inadvertently goes into the tyre barrier. But not to worry, Will Hoy is trying to take an inside line on David Leslie, I can see up ahead. And as he got him, he's got him. So Hoy has actually taken 6th place away from Leslie. Leslie's not having none of it though, he's trying to come back up and take the position back. So Cleland from Andy Rice to Tim Harvey, the top 3. So Harvey has lost 2 positions from his pole position. And a new fastest lap from me as well, nice. Everyone seems to be bottlenecking ahead. Either one has a problem or they're suffering with a bit of understeer like me. Tires are going off a little bit. Of course, with high ambient and track temperatures, the tire wear will increase just a little slight smidge. And what's going on here? Someone has locked their brakes, have gone a little bit wide. It's one of the Listerine BMWs that has. Okay, we're now catching up to David Leslie. We got our foot in. Oh, and the understeer, the car doesn't want to turn. Can I duck up on the inside? No. Thought better of it. I didn't want to cause any collision between me and Leslie. Can I do it at Druids? Not quite. Okay, he outbraked himself. I'm going to take 7th position from Leslie. And it seems like everyone is being slowed down. I think Cleland is slowing the pack up at the front. So this is going to cause for an interesting final part of this race. No understeer. Where is he? Where's Leslie? Oh, there he is. Lap 19 of a possible 23-24. Depends how fast we get through this race. Oh yeah, the tires are definitely going off. I have no front end grip whatsoever. Oh, and someone has spun. It's Cleland. Is that Cleland? No, it's Alam. So Alam has spun. That's pushed everyone back a little bit, including myself. I've lost 7th position again because of Leslie. I'm going to dive up on the inside if I can. Very cautiously with the brakes. I'd say we've got about 3 or 4 laps to go, so we are in the final stages now of this race. If I need to make a move, I need to do it now, but with this understeer, it's incredibly difficult to keep up with the rest of the field. If I can get past Alan, that'll be great. Listerine BMWs are fighting each other for whatever position they can get. That's not cutting the track, I went a bit wide. And if anything, I've lost time, so that is definitely not cutting the track. I don't know what you're talking about, mate. I've got no traction at all. They pull away on the straights as my little Peugeot struggles for any grip it can get. But we're only 3.1 seconds now behind the race leader as Alan locks up and goes a little bit wide. Might be able to get a better run coming out of paddock. No, 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 don't go in my line, Alan, you complete numpty. Oh, and there's Soper. Hi, Soper. Undercut, undercut. Can we get caught up on the curb a bit? No, not quite. Oh, for God's sake, stop braking so hard in front of me. I'm going to let him go. I'm on the outside line, which is not good going into paddock, especially with my tyre condition currently. And it looks like everyone is being held up by a back marker. It's Bobby Verdon Rowe. I'm getting pushed out wide by the other Vauxhall of Jeff Allen. Oh, come on, don't mess around now. Come on. And that's it, checkered flag. Can I get a position on Harvey? Ooh. Bloody hell, that was a drag race down to the line. Everyone was in bloody close proximity. We were held up, though, by Bobby Verdon Rowe's Vauxhall, who was going incredibly slowly. My word, what a finish. And look at that, Andy Rice takes a victory. 24 points goes to him. Will Hoy, his teammate, in second. Cleland eventually finishes third. Tim Harvey and myself. Look at the time, 1/10 of a second behind me and Harvey. Bloody hell, that was close. And then, of course, you got Jeff Allen, Steve Soper, and David Leslie. We were all line astern at the end. 4 seconds covering the top 8 over the start-finish line. That was definitely one of the closest races I've been in for a very long time. So let's see the points championship so far. Andy Rice takes a commanding lead in the points. 118 to Tim Harvey's 116, 112 for Will Hoy, myself on 108, and John Cleland 102, with Steve Soper on 100. So it's still 18 points between the top 6, with 2 rounds to go, which is absolutely incredible for this stage of the championship. It can be any of the top 6's championship at this stage. And there's a Constructors. BMW have taken the Constructors title. Because, yeah. And the next round, which is round 14, comes from Donington Park National. And it will be on September the 24th. So we've got just a little under a month until round 14. So, yeah. What a cracking final race of this weekend. Bloody hell, that was really good. Really enjoyed that. So, yeah, I will leave it here for now then, and join back again in the latter part of September when we race on round 14 at Donington Park National. Thank you very, very much for watching, as always, and take care.